Don't you ever come back to my house again. You moneyless high school dropout. I will never let someone of your likes marry my brother, ever. Hold your horses, Autumn. Hitting me and then tossing me out of the house like that? And now you're calling me a moneyless high school dropout? Why do I have to be the one treated like this by you? I had to do all of that in order for you to understand what part of society you're really a part of. And you will not be allowed to marry my brother who graduated top of the class at Harvard as a dropout. I really have no clue how you were able to fool him into wanting to marry you in the first place, but I'm not as simple-minded. You are a lowlife, so you go find one of your own kind to marry. Lowlife? I get that people like to judge others a lot based on their education, but I've never run into anyone as horribly judgmental as you. I'm sure you only ever wanted to be with my brother because he's going to be bringing in lots of money, right? You don't actually have an ounce of love in you for him, right? Well, I'm not letting some witch like you have my brother. Are you freaking kidding me? I love Fred with all my heart, and I've been wanting to marry him for such a long time. That's the whole reason why today your parents asked for me to come over so we could talk more about the wedding and everything. But to think that his little sister would be the one out of all of Fred's family to slap me and then force me out of the house, I cannot believe what's happened. I'm so sorry, Aline. I not only graduated from Harvard myself, but I was also top of my club in karate. So I didn't think that small slap would be so powerful towards your weak little body. Well, I promise that from now on, I'll be a little bit nicer with my swings. You're calling me the weak one? Yes, I am. Not only are you a lowlife, but you don't even realize how weak you are physically. You only tried marrying my brother so that you could get to his money and nothing else, right? He made it out of Harvard, top of his class, so not only is he extremely cool, but he's working for a very well-known and large company. But man, I'm so surprised that he's already being taken advantage of by a loser like you who only wants to trick him for his money. I told you already that I want him because of my love for him. Calling me a lowlife and a weakling, though, that's not okay. I get that I dropped out of high school, but that does not give you any right to treat me like I'm garbage. Well, let me just say that a high school dropout with no money is the same thing as a cockroach in this world. So I'm going to start calling you that instead now. I'm sure your family never had any money for you, so there was no hope of you getting into any college, right? That's why you just gave up and dropped out. So you should just go find someone your own class and marry them instead. All you're doing by coming after my brother is ruining his image as a successful young man. This is getting nowhere with you. You're just going to keep calling me horrible things based off me never graduating high school. And now you're even calling me society's cockroach? That's probably why you're just like society's gorilla, throwing hands without even bothering to understand the situation first. You are the worst of the worst. Huh? You have no right talking to me like that, you cockroach. You lowlifes all need to shut the hell up. You and the rest of your kind need to stop thinking that you can marry people like my brother. I'm withdrawing my offer to you. Huh? I'm not going to let someone as violent and explosive as you come work with me. The way you smacked me without ever talking to me first just goes to show that you don't care about anyone besides yourself. Did you know that I could tell the police right now about what you did to me and they'd be all over you? I might just do that. And since you'll have the police on you, I can't have you working with me. I have no idea what you're talking about. What the hell are you talking about having that offer withdrawn? Autumn, you are pretty much done with school now and have been looking for work, right? You happened to send in a resume to Green Earth Ltd. Asking to come work, right? You must have heard about that from my brother. Well, that's exactly right. I'm one of the best students from my class at Harvard, and I have been given an offer already by Green Earth to go work for them really soon. And did you know that I'm also working at Green Earth? And since I'm working in the HR department, I'll most likely be the one responsible for hiring you. Excuse me? I'm sure you totally forgot about the conversation you had with me before, because you were so happy to finally find a company that would offer a job to you, right? I forgot about you a little bit as well, until today when I first saw your face at your house. You're lying, right? There's no way in hell a dropout like you is working for a company as large as that. If you're having a hard time believing me, then go take a look at the offer I sent to you before, and you'll see my name on it signed at the bottom. That should have already arrived for you, so you can have a look yourself and see the proof. What? I feel bad that I'm already having to withdraw that offer from you, but in exchange for that, I won't be calling the police. But having heard you call me a cockroach a couple times now, makes me wonder if you've looked in the mirror lately. You might want to take a look at yourself as well after this, because you will have just lost all your pride. Huh? Well, I guess you are still that violent gorilla, and unlike you, I'm just your average adult that knows how to act in situations like these. So be happy that I've been kind enough not to want to have the police involved. Now, good day to you, Autumn.
I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday with my little sister. Autumn has always been a little too involved with other people's education, and really likes to judge them based off it. I just never assumed she'd be the kind of person to come out of nowhere and slap you though, just because you dropped out of high school. Has the swelling gone down yet? Are you going to be okay?
I put ice on it right as I got home, and most of the swelling is gone now.
That's good to hear. But I'm sure it's not just your face that is hurting right now. She said a lot of terrible things about you, and I'm sure that hurt your heart just as badly.
I actually don't care a whole lot about what she called me, so don't worry. After my parents' business failed, I had to drop out of high school. During that tough phase in my life, I had to see a lot of people change really quickly into completely different people. And when it comes to how people look at me now because I never finished high school, there are a lot with views like Autumn.
But unlike all those other people that care so much about education through schooling, you learned a lot at home helping your parents, and in the real world working jobs. Even now you are working at such a large company, making bank. I myself am so impressed with you, and feel terrible that you have to live with people like my sister around you. It hurts.
Thank you for thinking of me that way, Fred. Anyway, how has Autumn been after a day has passed?
Both myself and my parents have been pissed with her, so she's starting to settle down now, and all of today she hasn't left her bedroom.
Well then, that must mean she hasn't told anyone yet about how I withdrew my offer to have her work for Green Earth.
Huh? What do you mean you withdrew that offer?
Actually, a little while back she received an offer from this company asking for her to come work for us. But I told her yesterday that the offer would be withdrawn now. This doesn't even have to do with the company itself, but the fact that we will not allow anyone as violent and explosive as her to come work here.
What? She got an offer from your company to come work there? I knew you were an amazing person for being able to land a job there in the HR department, but you're telling me you offered her a job as well? I guess that's why she's been so happy recently about getting an offer from her #1 workplace. She must have been talking about Green Earth.
I'm planning to have a formal email sent to her very soon telling her that she will indeed be losing that offer to come work here. I'm hoping that after seeing that, she'll be willing to leave her room. Do you think I've gone a little too far by doing this, though?
No way. No matter what the reasoning was, she has no right hitting you like that and thinking it's okay to do so. If anything, I'm happy you're being that strict with her. For a while now, my family has had a lot of trouble handling her. So I'm hoping that after she gets a taste of reality with that email from you in the company, she'll turn her attitude around and become a responsible adult.
She's been that much of a problem for you guys?
She's always been such a pain in the butt for anyone that doesn't have the same or better education or work than her. And it's not just towards strangers either. She'll act like that even to her own family members and close friends. There was even a time where one of her cousins failed their exam at school, and she told my parents to never let that whole family be a part of ours again because of it.
What?
She's even told friends of hers that went to less popular colleges than Harvard to go away because they aren't as good as her.
She's even worse than I thought. To think there are people that base all their judgment towards others off only their education and work. It's sad.
I just told my parents about how you're withdrawing that offer to her. They both told me that they're thankful for what you're doing to her. Also, they'd both like to apologize to you at some point for what my sister did. It was because of her that we couldn't finish the talks that we had about the marriage and wedding, right? We'll have to put another date together so that you can meet my parents again, okay?
Wait, is that all right?
Of course it is. And this time, my sister won't be allowed to join us, so you won't have to worry. Maybe the four of us could go out to lunch or something and take our time talking about all of this.
That would be perfect. I'll talk with you later about a day that'll work for me. Can you make sure to talk with your parents then about said day and make any reservations?
Sure thing. I'll see you later then.
Hello. Long time no see, right? How's your head doing after a month has passed since I smacked it? Perhaps it's still a little bit swollen. Oh my, I never expected I'd be hearing from you again, Autumn. Does this mean you're finally coming to apologize to me? Huh? Why would I ever do that? There's no reason for me to apologize to a cockroach. I mean, I was totally in the right hitting you in the head like I did. What? Thinking you could marry my brother when you never made it out of high school? You deserved a good hit to your head. So I'm not apologizing to you for anything. You had the job offer that you bragged so much about canceled, and yet you're still acting like this? Then tell me why the heck you've come to talk to me today. I've come to teach you once again what kind of low-life scum you really are. Me? I'm already pissed that someone with no education like you wants to marry my brother. But not only have you tried to do that, but now you've stolen my offer for that job at Green Earth. There's no way a company like that has any use for you, as all you are is a waste of their payroll. Yet you think you're everything to them there and can do whatever you want to a Harvard graduate like me. So I've come back once again to teach you just how low of a cockroach you really are, Aileen. I just want to get this part straightened out a little. Both Fred and your parents have been really upset with you, right? You had that job offer withdrawn from you, and they had to tell you just how pissed they've been. However, even after all of that, you still haven't learned to play nice? So far, no matter what I've said to my family, they don't seem to catch a hint. They're all from amazing schools, yet have zero common sense. I mean, my brother was taken advantage of by you. And my parents may be smart, but I guess they never made it out of an Ivy League school like me. I've started to learn that none of them understand just how amazing of a daughter and sister I really am to all of them. Oh. That's why I'm going to be using far smarter and superior people from now on. With all these new people in my life, they'll be able to see just how amazing of a woman I am and will brag about having me around. And then they'll help me get rid of you. I'm going to get that job offer back from Green Earth and will take your place. So if you're wondering who these people are, they happen to be your higher-ups within that company, including the CEO. You're talking with the CEO? Those like me who have degrees from Ivy League colleges can do anything they put their mind to. And not only that, they can get the help of anyone, including CEOs of large companies like Green Earth. That's why today I went to your company. And I went in front of your CEO and all the other managers and told them how upset I was that a high school dropout like you withdrew my job offer. You're lying, right? You went all the way to the CEO about this? And of course, the CEO understood my plea. He listened to everything I had to complain about and told me he'd handle it all as soon as possible. I knew someone like the CEO would be able to understand a Harvard grad like me. And soon I'll be allowed to work for the company in your place and help bring this company to the next level. Autumn, you really cause a lot of problems for everyone around you, don't you? Maybe I'm just too good for all you lowlifes, and that's why you're all left with problems? Are you sure? Well, I'm sorry, but you're going to be fired now because of me. This is what happens when a dropout like you thinks they can fight back. Your life is over now. I can't wait for you to see it, you cockroach. You're the one that's about to see the end. Huh? You said you went and cried to the CEO, right? And you told him about how a high school dropout like me withdrew that job offer? Yeah, I made sure to explain all my complaints to them. I told them all about how someone like you is just a cockroach to this world and that you're ruining their company. And then explained that they're better off getting rid of you since it's not a great thing for them to have you on their payroll. And then I ended my talks with them by saying they are best off firing you and not even giving you a package in the process. Well, that cockroach you keep talking to them about happens to also be a part of this company's leadership. Did you know that? Huh? The CEO of Green Earth happens to be the same as me and was also a high school dropout. He happens to know a whole lot about the world of business, but due to family issues, had to end his public schooling in high school and leave. I can't believe you'd go in front of someone like him and start saying such things about people like us. Are you sure? I'm actually really jealous that he was able to become the CEO of this company without even having to graduate from a university or anything. And many other people are jealous of that as well. But my jealousy has faded ever since he brought me up to his level and made me the HR department leader for the company. I wasn't able to get here overnight though, as I had to prove to him that someone with the same past as him could also work hard, which I did. And after he saw that I was built for this company, he brought me up to his level, allowing me to now work alongside him. He's even told me that I'm a very serious worker, and he wants someone like me to rely on when need be. He really seems to have a liking for people like me, and that's why a lot of management within this company are people like us, who have had issues in the past with schooling but are serious and knowledgeable workers. What? And I think he agrees with my choice of withdrawing your job offer. And I mean, even if you did start to work here, you'd never last. Well, let's be real. It's going to be hard for you to work anywhere in this world. The only thing you'll be able to pass to get an interview anywhere is the company's preliminary hiring process because of your education. But after that, they'll see your behavior and immediately get rid of your resume. You're lying! Do you think other companies are going to do the same thing to me like yours has? They sure will. I'm pretty sure other companies are already learning about how horrible things turned out for you after what you did here. You made a fool of yourself, even in front of the CEO, and he's going to make sure everyone knows about that. You really did it to yourself this time, Autumn. I didn't know anything about him not graduating high school. Why should I have known that? What company would have a CEO who never graduated from a proper college? You graduated from Harvard and that's your excuse for acting like this? I guess we'll just have to see what the CEO does about this now. Actually, you're better off looking for a new company to hire you right now before he starts spreading the news about you. What should I do, Aileen? I just got a letter in the mail from the CEO. He just told me that he's not going to give me another job offer and has asked that I stay away from his company for good. He's just pretty much ruined every chance I had of getting into that company. I'm glad to see that even he agrees with me on my decision to withdraw your job offer. I guess you've finally gotten a good taste of reality. And not just that, though. He even called Harvard and talked with them about me. He talked with the president of the school and said it's strange that someone like me would be willing to force my way into his office and complain to him. And he used that as another explanation for why he will not be hiring me anymore. Now that the president of Harvard knows about what's happened, they've told me they no longer want to give me my diploma when I graduate. Oh, my, they're not letting you graduate now? Well, I guess there's no point in even trying to find any other company to hire you. If you're not able to graduate, then no company will bother with you. But, what should I do? There's no way this is happening to me. This is all because of you, so do something about it. What? You think this is my fault? Well, it freaking is. It's all because of you withdrawing the job offer in the first place that everything's gone downhill. If you had never even bothered to try getting my brother to marry you, then you would have never had to come to my house talking about marriage. Oh, come on now. If you hadn't hit me in the face like that, then none of this would have had to happen. Nobody's forgotten about how violent and messed up you are, Autumn. But that was just my body responding to thinking you were a threat. then be upset with that body of yours that thinks it's okay to hit other people like that. Hey, you are my body. Talk with your body like that and maybe it'll stop acting on its own. Wait! Can you please think of a way to help me get out of this mess? I don't give a crap about you and your mess. To be honest, I think you deserve all that's happening to you right now. Stop messing around! Why do you think I deserve to be treated like this? Now that you've done this to me, I'm going to make sure you and Fred can never be a couple. What? As long as you're with him, my life is going to be hell. So if I allow you both to get married to one another, then my life will literally be ruined. I'll never be able to do anything with my life because things like this will just keep happening. So I'm going to end you two right now. What? You get the hell away from him right now, you plague. All you plan to do is marry Fred and become a parasite to him, right? You might have a job now, but the moment you get a ring on him, you'll quit your job and feed off all his hard work. You'll be a part of his life forever and will never have to work another day in your life while you force him to work to death.
I'm the one planning to leave my job. And what's so bad about her being married to me?
Wait, is this you, Fred?
I was watching Eileen as she sat there looking at her phone in distress. And when I came over to have a look at why she'd be looking that way, I saw that you're once again talking about her about your BS.
But listen to me, Fred. Why are you planning on leaving your job? You finally found a job at such a nice company and you're going to quit now?
Yep, I spoke with Eileen about it, and that's what we've decided on. With the amount of money she brings in, there's no need for me to be working as well. And to be open about her skills, she may be a great worker, but she sucks at cooking and cleaning. That's why I'll be the one doing all the housework for her.
No way, that's not possible, Fred. A man that graduated from Harvard is going to become a house husband? That's a waste of your abilities.
Doing chores like cleaning and cooking is pretty rough work, and I think it'll be a fun challenge to take on. Also, I'll be at home most of the day, so I can do anything I please. I'll even be able to learn a ton of new things while at home, which is perfect since I love to study.
What?
Actually, I really want to study about a bunch of other things now, but I've had to work all week and never had time to. However, now that Eileen said she'll handle working, I'll be able to finally get to work studying. After all, she loves watching me spend my days studying about all sorts of surprising things. Recently, I've even gotten into studying about micro-ecosystems, and have started a small garden within the house to help me understand them better.
That's...
But I'm sure you'll start to view me as the parasite now, huh? What you just said a little bit ago really hurt my feelings, Autumn.
No. That was...
You don't have to worry about how I choose to live anymore. But if you're going to start complaining about it like that, then the only choice I have now is distancing myself from you. So once we've had our wedding, I don't want you around us anymore. Whether it's Eileen or myself, we don't want you near us.
What? That means you want to cut ties to me, right?
Well, yeah. I don't want to see you anymore while you're acting like a jerk. To be honest, I've been planning on cutting ties to you for a while now.
Now, just wait a minute, Fred.
Good luck with your life as an unemployed and uneducated lowlife. Hopefully, next year, you'll be able to graduate from Harvard.
Later that day, Autumn heard from her parents that they wouldn't be paying for her to go another year at Harvard. And so after hearing that from them, she's been working hard trying to make money through part-time jobs. She's a smart cookie, so she claims, so working part-time jobs should be pieces of cake for her, but she continues to complain about how she can't be seen working with people who don't go to Harvard. And because of that, she isn't able to work at many places for very long. In the end, she chose to leave school and is now living in her parents' house, never coming out of her room. She goes onto social media a lot more now, and when she sees all of her former classmates working amazing jobs and doing all sorts of fun things without her, she becomes even more depressed and recedes deeper into her room.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Gordon, will you not be able to make it to today's meeting? Did you have to go into work or something today?
Nope, I've been around the house all morning. I've been eating a pizza and watching some movies.
What? You've been at home this whole time? Well, then you need to hurry up and come to the clinic right now. I told you already to bring me some change of clothes for today, right?
I'm the one that gets to choose what I do on my day off, right? During the week, I have to work hard every single day, so it'd be nice to actually have my weekends off.
Then when you get time, could you please bring me a change of clothes? I don't have any clean clothing left, so if you don't come today at some point, I won't have anything clean to wear.
You think I care? I'm not going to that hospital for you. If you want some new clothes to change into, then how about you go to the nearest store and get some?
Wait a second, Gordon? What's happened to you? Why are you getting all upset with me like that? Did something bad happen at work over the week?
This is not about my work, it's about you, Nicole. Tired of having to cater to you all the time. It's why I'm really sorry to say this, but you and I are getting divorced.
Divorced? What is all this about, Gordon?
It's been 3 months now since you got into that accident, right? I can't deal with this kind of a life any longer. The moment I get out of work and come back to the house, there are still all the dishes from breakfast on the kitchen counter. There's no dinner made for me either, and the house looks like a mess. How much longer are you going to stay in that hospital slacking off from all your chores at home?
What do you mean slacking off? I've still been going through therapy for what happened to me after that accident, and the doctors have said that the healing process will take time.
Well, what about you walking again? Last week when I came into the hospital, I was talking with the doctor about you. I asked him how much longer will it take for my wife to walk again so that she can come home and take care of me.
You asked the doctor something like that?
And then the doctor gave me his answer. He told me it would be very difficult for you to get your full mobility back. He then went on to say that a lot of therapy would still be needed, and that both you and I needed to be prepared for that. He then finished the conversation by saying that the best choice would be for me to start doing some of the chores, so that you could have time to focus on healing. What the hell does he think he's saying?
I've been talking with the doctor about my legs as well. He told me there would be a lot of rehabilitation before I'm finally mobile again, but that doesn't mean I won't be able to get around. He said that as long as I'm putting in a lot of effort, I'll be able to start standing on my own again and getting around slowly. And that over time, as long as I keep up with my therapy, I'll be back to how I walked before the accident.
You can work as hard as you want then, but I'm done with all this. I do not have the time to take care of some crippled woman.
Gordon.
You know dang well that I'm a very busy man with a lot of things going on every day. I have work 5 days a week, and that doesn't include the overtime I'm always having to put in to get my tasks done. And I'm always the one that has to go into work on my weekends if something needs to be handled. So I need all the time at home that I can get for myself, so that I'm ready for the next work week. Yet you went and got into that accident, which has now gone and taken all my time away because I have to care for you. Every time I have a day off, it's all about you needing me to come see you, and me needing to bring you new clothes. I don't want to do any of that for you anymore.
I think you need to calm down a little there, Gordon. I'm really sorry that this accident has caused you to take on a lot of responsibilities. But your wife, of all people, was in that accident and has to be in the hospital for a little while, so you as a husband need to bear with it and support me. Also, the reason I'm in this condition has to do in part with you, Gordon.
Huh? I never had anything to do with you ending up that way, Nicole. You were the one that fell behind me during all of that and got hit.
What?
You really want to start blaming me for what happened to your legs? Wow. How come I was totally fine when that driver started to come at us at the crosswalk? Oh, I know, because I'm actually very fit and was able to move out the way. That maybe if you were actually paying any attention, you could have dodged out the way with me instead of being hit.
You have no right saying that about what happened. You were the one that grabbed my back and pushed me down to get ahead of me. If it wasn't for you throwing me to the ground, we both could have gotten out of that car's way. And then after I was hit by that car, you just stood there doing nothing besides yelling at me to get up. You didn't even bother trying to call the ambulance when all of that happened, Gordon.
Oh, shut the hell up. Anyway, you and I are done with. Divorce. Divorce, divorce, divorce. I'm not gonna care for some crippled woman anymore when it's her own doings that got her there.
Are you serious? You have no regrets or anything for what you just said? Do you not even care that I'm the wife you've been married to for 7 years now and have done so much for you? You're really just going to abandon me now after I ended up getting hurt in an accident you were a part of?
Hey, you want to start getting all upset about it, then be upset at yourself for moving like a dead fish. How dare you even think getting hurt bad enough by that car that you had to be put in a wheelchair when you have more important things to do than sit around? Maybe if you were like me and actually worked out for once, that car wouldn't have busted you up so badly.
Huh?
Next time I come to that hospital, I'll be bringing along the divorce papers. Your right hand still seems to work, so make sure you sign all of them for me. Sorry about today, Nicole. I asked you to come into the office like that for me with no warning at all. But you really did help me out a lot. Thank you so much for all that advice as well.
You don't have to worry about a thing, Ryan. I'm just happy I could be of some help for you. Also, all I really had to do was come into the office and ride around in that wheelchair for a bit, right? Takes me back to the days when I really needed one, you know?
But the fact that you have experience in them has really helped me a ton. The advice you've given me is very real, and will be taken into consideration, of course. Ever since one of my employees had that accident and needs to be in a wheelchair for a bit, I've wondered what all could be done to help make this office a more accessible place for him. So, because of you coming in today to help us out, we will be able to make some changes and get this office building to become even more open and accessible for all.
Just make sure that the first place you work on is that front incline leading up to the door and lobby. It was too steep for even me to muscle up, so that needs to be made longer and shallower. Although the other thing you can do while that construction is going on is having your employee work remotely while they recover.
That's a very good point. But the CEO has made it pretty clear that he doesn't want anyone working remotely. I've been talking with him to try and get some systems implemented to make remote work viable, but that won't be happening overnight.
Oh, is that right?
That's why the only other thing we can do is have our employees take time off until they're a lot better and can walk again. They keep going on about how much they want to come into work and get some things done. They were just made a lead member of our projects team after all. So, no matter how hard I try to get them to stay home, they keep on asking about coming in.
I suppose that must be very tough on you.
Well, so in order to allow them to make it back in, I'm going to work on making this whole office building more accessible. By using this situation as an opportunity to make the company all-inclusive, things will be a lot better for the future. And if we can get all the systems implemented that we need for remote work, everyone will benefit.
I think the same thing. It'll all take a lot of work, but I know you can do it.
Thank you. Having you put some faith into me like that really does get me pumped up. Now I'm going to be getting back to work here. Thank you again for coming in today. You're still in that wheelchair? Weren't you going on about how much effort you'd put into rehabilitating yourself? Look where all that effort has gotten you.
What? Is this your number, Gordon? If this is you, then tell me what you want with me.
Hey, come on, Nicole. I can't believe that after 5 years, I'd see you again. And honestly, I didn't even think you'd answer me after I sent you a message to see if you even remembered me. And you responded to me immediately, huh? Don't tell me these past 5 years has been you just waiting and hoping that I'd talk to you again someday.
Huh?
Well, I'm sure that's the case, ain't it? Even after being hit by that car, you're still in love with me and want me back. You might have gotten divorced from me, but that didn't stop those hopes you had of us getting back together someday.
You're only just getting back in touch with me, so please refrain from talking about me still loving you or anything else that off-putting. I don't want to get back with you ever again, and I didn't even know who this was, and that's why I responded the moment I saw the text come in. So please don't take that the wrong way.
Hey. Well, I don't like you trying to hide the obvious from me, alright? I'm finally getting back in touch with you after 5 years, so please, be honest and open with me.
I really wasn't asking for you to ever talk to me again. Now tell me, what do you want? Also, where did you end up seeing me today when I was in a wheelchair?
In the office today. In the office. I cannot believe that the company I transferred to would end up having you in the office. Well, when I saw you out the corner of my eye, I was surprised.
At the office? Wait, are you talking about green paper?
Oh, that's the place. To tell you the truth, after I divorced you, I ended up changing jobs and have been succeeding at life ever since. And that's why I'm working for such a large company as Green Paper.
Is that right?
Before I came all the way here, I was working for one of their smaller offices, out in the countryside. However, after a little while of showing amazing results to all my higher-ups, they had me moved to the headquarters. So today was the day I came in to check the place out and see where my cubicle was. Then, that's when I saw the one person I never expected, my ex-wife. And to make things even more crazy at the time, you were still in that wheelchair. God, I laughed my ass off so hard in the break room.
I can't believe that today, of all days, you saw me. And hearing that you'll be working in the headquarters now? Ugh, I guess there are some bad coincidences in life as well.
And was I surprised to see a cripple like you working for a large company now? Who thought this company would be alright hiring a divorced and crippled housewife who is no use to anyone?
Excuse me?
Ah, that's right. They probably hired you because you're in a wheelchair, right? All these large companies are doing things like that now, aren't they? Hiring cripples and the mentally unstable to work for them, so people think they're inclusive, right? They wanted to tell all the other useless divorced women that they understand them, and that's why they let you work here. How nice. And with that, you found yourself an easy position inside this Fortune 500 company. You should be thankful now that I let you get hit by that car, right?
What the hell?
Well, even though you have a nice job now that was given to you out of pity, I'm sure things are still very lonely for you, right? Luckily, I'm going to be working with you some, so let's you and I become close again as co-workers, alright?
No thanks. I don't want anything to do with you ever again, Gordon.
Hey, you. Are you sure you want to be talking to me in such a disrespectful way now? There is not another man in this world who cares about a crippled woman beside me.
Well, then let me tell you the truth. I happen to have a man in my life that loves me with every inch of his heart. I don't need you to worry about me for my life to be better than it was before.
Nice try. But don't start talking to me like you don't have a brain now, after you already lost the ability to walk around. Or could it really be true that you cripples are so lonely that you start to hallucinate having partners? Now this must mean you've really gone off the deep end.
Huh?
Well, I'll play nice with you. Take you out to dinner or something, since both you and I were given the chance of meeting one another again. I'll let the useless, crippled, and divorced housewife have one more chance at feeling loved. Yeah, but when you come out to dinner with me, make sure you're not using that wheelchair. I don't want to be embarrassed by having to be seen out in public with a cripple. It's been 5 years now, so you should at least have the strength to walk during a dinner date, right?
You'd better cut that crap out right now. Not only have you not been listening to a word I've been saying, but you keep on talking like you own me or something.
Huh. Why are you getting all upset with me now like that? Ah, perhaps it's because you still can't walk at all. You want to come out to dinner with me so badly. But since you can't walk, the only thing you can do is freak out like an animal, right?
Gordon?
It's been 5 years since you got ran over, and you still can't walk even a little. Well, I guess that means your life's over as a woman. You might as well put yourself out of your misery. Don't come into the headquarters ever again, Gordon. What? Are you able to read English? Or are you that mentally impaired that you need a caretaker around to help you out still? I just told you that this office no longer needs someone like you in it, so don't come back. Oh, so what it looks like here on my computer is that you were Gordon Gale, coming in from the office out in Mount Pleasant. And this month, and going into next month, you're supposed to be starting a new position here within the HQ. Well, I'm going to ask that you please stay home from now on, as we start to investigate you here within the company. Within a few days, HR will update you on what's to happen next with you. You can move on from there. What's all this about now? This isn't Nicole, is it? What the hell do you think you're doing showing up out of nowhere, talking a bunch of nonsense? Who the hell are you? I'm Nicole's husband, and I'm currently the COO of Green Papers, the company you've been working for. Huh? Yo, you're that one's husband? And the COO? Calling my wife that one is a little bit rude. Are you really someone this company thought was worth our time? Something tells me by the way you act that you shouldn't have even been allowed to transfer over to the HQ to work with anyone inside it. Wait. This is all so crazy, man. Stop it with all these stupid freaking jokes, will ya? Now tell me who the hell you really are. I have not been joking about anything, Gordon. Now tell me, what part has been crazy to you thus far? Also, I just explained to you who I am. Green Papers COO. But after what was just going on, how could that be? There's no way she'd be married again. And the man she married is the COO of this company? Nah, man, that's all a load of bullcrap. And that's fine. You go ahead and believe whatever you'd like, but what I've said is all true. I would ask what I can do to make you believe, but you might need to call your caretaker first, right? Stop it with all the messing around, asshole. Can you not see that Nicole got ran over by a car? It's completely useless now. She's nothing more than a cripple. It'll never mean anything to anyone anymore. How the hell did she find someone to marry her? I'm not sure where you got the idea that Nicole is still in a wheelchair, or anything, but as far as everyone else can tell, she's walking around just fine. She did have to take some time to go to physical therapy and all after the accident, but there's nothing wrong with her now. If anything, from my point of view, the only person with anything wrong with them still is you. What? Nicole, she can walk? Yeah, and the way she walks is so beautiful to me. Standing next to her only makes me look better due to how powerfully she stands out. No way. That can't be. But because, she was in a wheelchair today. I saw her in the office. She was still rolling around in that thing like the cripple she is. Well, you just so happened to catch a glimpse of her at a bad time. Also, let's stop calling my wife a cripple, please. Not only is that word hurtful to her, but it's also very hurtful to those who are still dealing with physical disabilities and the like. Who do you think you are, to be calling someone else that when you're the one who needs to be placed in an institution? What? This company has a lot of people working in it, and within all those people are some struggling with disabilities of some sort. There are people who are paralyzed in certain ways, or perhaps have compromised immune systems or struggle with their mental health. There are people who have kids with such things, and those who are taking care of family with such things. Even people who are in wheelchairs or crutches due to injuries. We have all kinds of people working here, yet they all do their part and we thank them dearly for it. We don't care who they are, as long as they are getting the work they can get done. We're all happy. Yet for some reason there seems to be a virus among us, someone who was somehow hired to work for this company, yet does not care about inclusion like the rest of us. They seem to think they're better than everyone else, and can call those who they view as disabled or hurt cripples. What the hell is going on with you, Gordon? Hold on a sec. I'm just being real, okay? People who are crippled have to have others around them in order to be of any use, right? They all think that they can just live life like the rest of us, while causing all sorts of problems for us healthy people. So what you're telling me is that deep down, you feel that those with disabilities and health issues are causing problems for those who are healthy. Well, if that's the case, then the biggest cripple we have in this company is you, Gordon. Just hearing from you that you think of others in such a selfish and ignorant way is troubling to me. Huh? Alright. We figured this one out. You're going to be terminated. There's no way we can have a cripple such as yourself working in this company, as you'd disturb too many healthy people here. We'll make sure to do everything we can here to refrain from hiring those like you, and we'll start by letting you go. What the hell do you think you're doing? Talking like you have any power in the company. Don't think you can just fire me that easy. You should know better than me that you need to have the higher-ups agree with such a thing before they let me go. We'll see about that one. Now please stay home for the rest of the week and wait for HR to contact you. Yo, Nicole, is your husband really the COO of Green Papers or something? I was just called by the HR department and they just told me I'm being fired. I'm being fired from multiple companies within the company.
That's what I expected from the man I love. He's so fast when it comes to work, and that's why I love him. Today I'm going to have to make up his favorite burgers for him to cook on the grill later tonight.
Would you stop screwing around already? It's because of your husband that this is happening to me. Because of him, your ex-husband is losing his frickin' job. How is any of this okay with you?
Huh? It's your own fault that you've been fired by the company, Gordon.
But, by the way, I never even heard about you getting remarried or anything like that. And to this COO, such a large company, why didn't you tell me about that earlier?
Why would I ever tell my ex, who abandoned me after that accident, anything about my life now?
That's right. But it wasn't after the accident, but after the use of your legs didn't come back. And what was that about you riding in the wheelchair in the office? I saw that with my own eyes. Yet I'm being told now that your legs actually healed up fully.
They really did, though. All of that rehab was really tough on me and made me want to give up so many times, but I powered through it. And because of all that, I no longer have to live a life where I struggle with getting around every day.
But then, why were you in a wheelchair that day?
I was asked to do so by my husband. He needed my help getting some advice on how accessible the office was for people in wheelchairs. So I came to the office with my wheelchair and rode around in it for a little bit to get an idea of how things were. Then I went and told my husband about all the goods and all the bads about the building's accessibility.
Is that right?
But you happened to see that for a second and took that as my reality before you began to harass me later that day. All of that fun you had sure was worth being fired over, right? What a frickin' dumbass you are. I was going to stay with you after that accident and try to support you as you recovered from it. But it seems that would have been no use, as even today, 5 years after the accident, your brain trauma is still causing you issues.
Huh?
Now I'm going to get out of here. I have a lot to take care of in this massive house, so it's time to get back to work. I've got to go and clean the front porch and then get dinner going. So, goodbye.
Please, Nicole, don't abandon me, please. You should be able to understand where I'm coming from emotionally right now, correct?
Oh, damn. I thought that goodbye text last week was enough to tell you not to talk to me anymore. Guess this is what my husband meant by you needing your caretaker around you at all times. So what is it now?
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd still respond to me, even now. You really must still have feelings for me, right?
Huh?
I have some very good news for you. I just got into an accident, and I'm getting admitted to the hospital right now. Do you think you can come and see me? Right now? I would like you to stop by my place and grab both my wallet and some clothing for me.
Oh, hold on. You got into an accident?
I did. I'd been in a bad trance after hearing about how you remarried and because I just lost my job. And, well, as I was daydreaming, I walked out into the intersection on a red light and then I got messed up so badly that I needed to be taken to the ER. For the time being, they're saying I'll need to stay in a wheelchair.
Really?
But you, being the kind and considerate woman you are, wouldn't leave me to rot here, right? Now go ahead and just leave that stupid husband of yours and come back to me, please.
Now why would I ever do such a brainless thing? Just do your best with all those painful surgeries you'll have to go through and hope they fix things like they did with me.
How am I supposed to get through all this on my own, though? The doctor is already telling me things aren't looking good at all for my legs, and that even surgery would be a waste of time. I'm being told that after everything is done here at the hospital, I'll need years and years of therapy to even try and get sensation into my legs again.
Well, don't worry about all that. You said it yourself that it only takes 5 years to get enough sensation back into your legs to go out to eat again, right? If it was that easy for you to say such a thing about me, then it must be child's play for you. You'll probably be back on your feet in a year or two, considering you went to the gym all the time, right?
There's no way that'll happen. I can't feel anything. My legs weren't the only thing that got screwed up. My back is all torn apart and so are some of my organs. And worst of all, I'm so lonely and scared right now. Because of this accident, things are already getting so lonely that I want to cry and cry and cry. Are you really going to just leave me like this?
Of course I am. Who wouldn't want to leave some problem-causing cripple like you behind after all? So now that you're aware of how I feel, good luck with all that pain and suffering you'll be exposed to. I hope that someday you'll get your legs back, because if not, you might just be better offing yourself or something. I like to think that those last couple of words from me really got to Gordon mentally, as I never heard another thing from him since. And as for my husband, he was able to really get his company to become more accessible for everyone, and is continuing to try and make things even better. He's even gone and gotten all of the systems implemented that'll allow for people to work remotely if need be, which was a huge accomplishment for him. And because of all his hard work so far, the company has had multiple articles written about the accessibility it's working towards. And this has led to him being accepted as the next CEO after the current one retires. As for what's been going on with my ex recently, he's still been in the hospital recovering from his injuries. However, the doctor's there and talks about having him transferred out of the hospital to a different one because he keeps causing problems for everyone who tries to help him. Also, there happens to be something else I heard about just the other day, and that's that Gordon had another woman. But due to his recent accident and the fact he started to go all crazy from it, she no longer wanted to stay with him. I'm sure there'll be more to come with his story in the future, but not much of it would be good news to anyone's ears. I was so shocked today. Who would have thought that when I arrived home you'd be there, Mabel? And you brought your husband along too? Oh, when did you even get married in the first place? I never heard anything about your marriage or a wedding from anyone. I didn't want you to find out, so I made sure not to tell you about it. Yet on the same day that I was coming home, you decided to show up as well. Today was really not my day, was it? I actually ended up getting fired from my job, and things were getting really tight for me. So I decided to come back home to try and get a couple grand from Mom and Dad. But instead I came home to you, Mabel, who's finally gotten remarried after 10 years. I understand that you're having a really bad day, but to me, this is the best day ever. You were fired from yet another job? I have heard a little from Mom about you, and it sounds like you really can't keep a job, can you? I really wonder why that is. But I can already tell that unlike me, your husband is a real keeper. To think that the second man you married would be working at that huge company. Oh, I am so jealous of you for having a husband with a great income. Don't you dare touch him, Jackie. If you do a thing to him, I will not let you get away with it. Ooh, how scary. You don't have to be so frightening, all right? I haven't forgotten about your criminal record, all right? Do you understand? The fact that you and I had to run into each other today was just a terrible coincidence. I have no plans of getting back together with you as a sister, so don't bother with me anymore. If you understand that point as well, then don't you ever talk to me again.
Hey, Mabel, I've just been thinking about this, but how about you and your little sister begin to make up?
What?
Well, it's just that yesterday was my first time meeting her, and she seems like a really good kid. You were always telling me about how you cut ties to her after high school, so I was left wondering what she had done that was so bad. And well, okay, yesterday I found out that she's not some sort of a schoolyard bully or anything, but a rather attractive little lady. It's a bit sad that you'd waste the opportunity of having a cute little sister like that by cutting ties to her.
I thought I remember telling you the reasons why I cut ties to her, right? Back in high school, that little jerk went and stole her own sister's boyfriend from her.
But that was all the way back in high school, right? Back in those days, there wasn't anything deep between couples anyway. How about you just be a little more open to that fact and move on?
Why should the one who had to be hurt and made the victim be the one to forgive what happened in their past? That jerk was intentional about hurting me when she stole my boyfriend. Ever since elementary school, I had a crush on that guy, and by the time high school came around, I had finally started dating him. But then she came up from behind and stabbed me in the back, knowing dang well that I was deeply in love with him.
I get that that's bad, but you're both adults now, right? Just wash away all your past and return to being close sisters again, alright? Right now you're just making yourself look bad, like you're the sour-faced older sister who is jealous of her younger and better-looking sister.
Huh?
You're a bit narrow-minded, Mabel. You're really going to hold something against such a cute and petite little girl all your life. If she was that same way back in high school, then, well, there's no helping your ex from taking his eyes off you for her. No matter how old a man gets, he will always fall victim to those cute girls. You can't blame those girls either, because it's just natural that the man will be attracted to them. So would you please stop bullying your sister by cutting ties to her all the time?
You only met her once today for a few minutes and you're already hopping on her side? Which is strange, because up until now, you've never made a comment about what happened back then.
Because what you've done to her is so heartbreaking. Men do not like to watch cute little girls being hurt.
You actually feel bad for her?
Well, she said she was fired from her job, right? I'm sure the reason for that was because she's so good looking that everyone in the office was jealous of her. They probably all started to force her to make mistakes, and that led to her boss firing her in the end, right? All she's done is be so freaking cute, and now she's had to endure her sister cutting ties to her and her company firing her for it. I'm sorry, but nobody can just watch her struggle with that and not want to help her out.
Please don't start falling for those kinds of lame excuses. The reason she was fired is completely opposite of what you're thinking right now.
What? The complete opposite?
She wasn't being forced to make any mistakes. She was the one going around and making others screw up. Then when her higher-ups finally found out about that, they started to prepare her termination. This has been happening with her for a long time now, where she'll be fired from one company for that reason, join another company, and then not too long after be fired from there for the exact same reason.
What? You're joking, right?
She thinks that just because she's cute, she can do whatever she wants, anywhere she wants. That's why for the longest time now, she's always used that as her reasoning for making everyone else do her work for her. And I'll tell you that all her coworkers were not a fan of that. That's why they would always end up leaking what she was doing to their bosses and get her fired not too long after.
What? No. No. I'm not going to believe any of that. There's no reason such a cute little girl would do that. I don't care how cute your little sister is. You cannot start getting that jealous of her.
Excuse me?
I get that you're upset with her and hold a lot of things against her, but you can't just start telling lies about her because of that. I believe what Jackie has told me.
You really seem to be getting close to her, which is unimaginable considering you only saw her for 2 minutes. Don't start telling me that you're falling in love with a woman like her now, right?
I would never fall in love with her, but it's just that I'm her brother-in-law, so I'm just a bit worried about her. I was an only child all my life, and I was always wishing for a younger sister.
I never knew you had that kind of a wish. First time I'm hearing of it.
There's also this. Jackie just happens to have something about her. Not only is she really cute, but something about her makes me want to protect her. Also, she's had to go through so much trouble all her life, just because she's so freaking cute. That's why you and I need to understand that a little and give her a break.
I don't want to understand the reasons for why she stole my boyfriend from me back in high school. Not even a little. I will never forgive her for what she did to me. I understand you wanting to have a place in all this as my husband, but you should stay out of this mess. I'm so sorry, Mabel. I've gone and done it again. What? I've gone and stolen Cedric from you this time. I'm going to take that very successful office man from you now. Excuse me? And Cedric was so easy to win over. I was thinking that because of his line of work and how high he's gotten in that company, he'd be really hard to sway. But the moment I started to show just a hint of interest in him, he collapsed right into my arms. There's no way this could just happen so easily for me again. I suppose I haven't changed a bit from the heart-stopping little cutie from back in high school. Wait a second. Did you really lay a hand on Cedric now? A month ago, we all ran into one another at Mom and Dad's house, right? After that had happened, I invited him out to eat and he came right to me. And then, right after we had that dinner and a couple of dates, I became pregnant with his baby. Huh? I never thought things would happen this quickly for me. That must mean he and I were always meant to be, right? You're joking about getting pregnant, right? Are you really saying something like that right now? I would never lie about something so beautiful. But of course, someone like you probably doesn't want to believe any of it, right? Once again, your little sister has stolen your man. Hey, how are you feeling right now? How does it feel having your husband taken from you this time? I'm not here to play games with you anymore, Jackie. The fact that you got away with it once was already humiliating for me, but now you've done it again. And this just happened after years of knowing just how much I've hated you to the point I've cut ties to you. Yet you've come back again and stolen my husband this time. Honestly, what kind of frickin' nerve do you have? What? What do you mean, what kind of nerve do I have? My nerves are normal. I just wanted something of yours, so I went and took it. I'm sorry that it was just so easy for me to take your husband from you this time. Being as cute as I am really is such a useful life hack. Huh? By the way, I said this back in high school. Men are all weak towards cute women. I had all the men from my grade and those above mine flocking around me every single day. So you can just shut up and let me have all your men, all right? It's a waste of time crying and getting all upset about something that's going to always be happening in this world. I knew that I'd have to start getting pissed off again with you. Oh no! Just be honest and tell me how much of a sore loser you really are. Not my fault that you're not as cute as me. Huh? I hope this baby in my belly is just as cute as Cedric and I are. I'm sure they will be, though. Oh, I just can't wait to see what they look like, though. Oh, here's another thing. Now that I have Cedric's baby, you need to hurry up and get that divorce from him pronto. That's kind of why I started texting you today. You want me to divorce him now? Yep. Because Cedric and I are becoming a real family over here now, so we have no time to waste waiting for you. Cedric has to start getting ready to be a dad, so we can't have you getting in our way. This baby isn't going to wait, and I need my brother-in-law to become my husband. I'm single now, though. What? So please, be my guest and get married to him. I have nothing to do with him, so I won't say anything at all. Huh? What are you going on about right now? You and Cedric are married, right? So what's this about you saying that you're single now? I am not married to Cedric right now. To put it all into correct terms, I was just about to marry him. We were both planning on handing in the marriage papers on our anniversary, so we hadn't actually done anything yet. What? Is that right? Did you not hear anything about this from Cedric or Mom? We had planned on handing in the papers this spring, but went and held off doing so. We've both been busy with things like our job and transfers and all that. Hence why we haven't done anything at the courthouse. And, well, after some time had gone by, we realized we still hadn't done anything. So we decided it would be best to just wait for our anniversary to come around and go to the courthouse then. It would be really romantic for us and make us feel even closer to one another. I never heard about any of that. So wait, then this means you and Cedric are still engaged? Were, but we've now broken up and are nothing to one another. Just ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend now. What? Not only did you both not hand in the papers yet, but you've broken up now? That's right. Just a week ago, all that went down. Seeing Cedric falling head over heels for you really made me think twice about him. At the time, we were only just engaged to one another still, yet he was going on and on and on about how you and I should stop fighting and make up. It was getting so annoying to the point where I couldn't even handle being around him anymore. So after a few weeks of that, I said I didn't want to live with him anymore and that we were through. So then, Cedric was fine with all of that as well? I thought it was a little strange that he didn't try and get me to stay and was totally okay with us breaking up. But I guess that was around the same time he'd begun seeing you outside the house, right? So he didn't say a single thing when I told him we were through, and that was the end of us. What the heck? I never knew that you became single again. How lame. I was all excited about telling you how I'd gone and taken another one of your men from you, but there was no point to all of it. I was so looking forward to you breaking down and crying again over it. Well, that's too bad, you jackass. I don't love that man anymore, so none of this bothers me a single bit. Oh, is that so? Well, at least in my case, things are still golden. So who cares about you now? I'll be able to marry him right away now, and there will be no settlement. I'm going to go talk with Cedric right now and get this marriage going. Hold on a second. What was that about no settlement? What? You just said that you're not married to Cedric or anything, right? You never went and legally married him, so you were just boyfriend and girlfriend, right? So what I ended up doing with him was not cheating. He was never married to you, so you can't get any kind of money from us. You may have a really cute face and all, but that head of yours is filled with nothing but air. Or could it just be all that makeup and concealer in there clogging things up for you? Huh? Yes, we were not married to one another, but he and I were engaged at the time and had made plans for a wedding and such. Everything was set up for us, so he and I were very much on the verge of being married. And during a time like that, you went in and played with him a bit, therefore giving me enough of a chance at getting a settlement from you that I'm taking it. Even if it wasn't legal, there was a lot of money already put into things like the wedding and housing that I can still get a lawyer and take you to court. Are you for real? Had you just waited to hear from me that we'd broken up before going after him, things would have been all right for you. But you just came to me bragging about how you're carrying his baby and everything, giving me some very good evidence. There's no other way to describe you other than a brainless buffoon. And when it comes to being pregnant, you usually don't find that out until a few weeks have passed, right? 3 or 4 weeks to be exact. It was only a week ago that he and I broke up, so that pretty much seals your fate alongside his. Thank you so much again for telling me about that living evidence that you have sitting in your belly. No way! Now I'll make sure that in a little while, I get as much money from you both as I can. I have to get to talking with my lawyer now, so I'll be seeing you.
You're a real bitch for wanting to get this settlement from us now. Look, I get that I made a mistake by cheating on you before we broke up, but inside that belly of Jackie's is my baby. From here on, her and I are going to have a household together, and things are going to cost a lot of money. You were a complete bitch for getting a settlement from us right before that's supposed to happen.
If I'm a bitch for doing this, then I wonder what word would describe the both of you. Not only has it been done once, but twice now by that completely off-putting little jerk. And you helped make that happen, right before the both of us were supposed to get married and everything. From my point of view, the only word that can be used to describe you both is something I can't be typing right now.
I told you that we messed up, all right? But you can't stop what is destined to happen, right? You should be able to forgive us for this.
Huh?
You're not a high schooler anymore. You're old enough now to understand what love truly is. So please don't start ruining our lives over something that can't be controlled.
And that's why as an adult who very much understands things like love, I have to stay calm and get this settlement from you. If I were my high school self still, something like this could not happen. I wouldn't be able to keep this kind of composure, and that might land me in jail at some point.
I'm not talking about that, though. Would you please stop bullying us already? Can't you see that really soon here I'll become your brother-in-law after marrying your sister? I get that you and I broke up, but we're still going to be a family, so don't get that upset with us.
Whoever said I was going to become your family? I've already had ties pretty well cut to Jackie all this time, and considering you're going to marry her now, I'm cutting ties to you too. I don't want you to be my family.
You really think it's okay to say something so heartless? If you keep that attitude up, I'm not going to let Jackie show you her baby once she's given birth to it. I don't care if by that point you start to plead that you're the aunt. I will not let you see any of us.
I don't want to meet that baby, let alone see any pictures of it. To me, anything and anyone that has to do with Jackie is nothing to me.
Jesus Christ. You have no right saying something like that about your own little sister's baby. There's no way a kind human being could say things like that.
Honestly, you really are amazing, Cedric. That baby isn't even yours, yet you still sit there acting like you're going to be its blood-related father? I respect that. The fact that you care so much about another man's child like that, I never thought that you, Cedric, were so caring about other men's children.
Wait a sec. What do you mean other men's children? Right now Jackie is pregnant with my baby.
Oh? Could this mean that you're not all that caring for other men's kids, but rather you're still not aware of what's going on there? And I was just starting to respect you a little for that. I'll take that respect back and just call you a brainless loser instead.
Answer my damn question. What the hell does all of that mean?
How about you go and ask that cute Jackie of yours? That way things will be explained a lot faster. Why do you, of all people, know about this baby's real father? I haven't told anyone about this. I haven't even gone and told Mom and Dad about any of this, so how do you know the truth? I know you were trying your best to hide everything from everyone, but you left some very open holes. Even Mom and Dad were able to tell that you were lying to everyone, which is a bit of a shocker considering those two. What? After you went back home from Mom and Dad's house, Mom sent me a text. She told me that she saw in your bag a pregnancy test kit that had already been used. If you want to hide the truth, don't bring something like that over to Mom and Dad's house. You also went over to their house that day to get some money from them, right? You asked them both to lend you some money because you've been jobless for a few months and needed to pay off some debt. You started to cry in front of Dad, asking him for around $5,000, right? But Mom noticed something very interesting about the amount you wanted. A lot of the hospitals in this region have a surcharge of $5,000 to have you give birth in their hospital. That's just a simple coincidence, right? And that thing Mom thought was a pregnancy test was probably just something completely different. Recently, Mom has really started to show her age, right? And that's why Mom got in touch with me about it. She thought something was up with you, so she asked me to look into things a little. So I went and gave the company that fired you most recently a call and asked about what had happened. What? Because Mom was able to remember the company you'd been working for so well, looking things up was a piece of cake. And after getting in touch with them, they told me the exact reason for why they had to fire you. It had nothing to do with you being hated by any coworkers or due to you making tons of mistakes. You were fired for having a fight in the office. You'd been going out with one of your coworkers' boyfriends, and when they found out, you both got into a cat fight down in the office's lobby. And during that fight, you told your coworker not to hit your belly as there was an important little baby in there. Actually, from what the person on the phone said, you screamed that so loudly that most of the building heard. No freaking way! You found out about all of that? I didn't have to find anything out, really. The person on the other end of the phone went on and on about what happened that day. When I told them about how you had always been a pain in my ass back in high school, they felt for me and started to tell me all the horrible things you did there. No! But thank goodness Cedric was so open to taking on another man's child before it's even been born. It's not good at all! When he found out it's not his baby, he told me he didn't want to get married anymore. Even though he was saying how in love he was with me, he's going to abandon me now? Oh no. This is all because of you saying those unnecessary things to him. I'm going to make you responsible for all of this. If he's not going to become the father of this child anymore, then I'm going to make you take his place and pay child support for this baby. Don't be such a dumbass. This all happened because you are a little bitch and deserve it. If you want someone to take care of that baby, then how about you do it yourself? I'm not helping you with squat. Why are you being so harsh now? You had to just keep your mouth quiet and none of this would have happened to me. Your cute little sister is on the verge of becoming a single mother now. And not only that, but a single mother who's never been married. All you have to do is help me out a little here. Don't worry about that, Jackie. You have that cute little face that all men fall for, so I'm sure you'll find some man to take you in. And it's not like your baby is being hurt by any of this, right? So to make sure things stay that way, you step up and take responsibility for all the crap you've done to yourself. And just after all that, Jackie and Cedric broke up. From there, Jackie started to beg my parents to let her live with them so that she could have her baby in peace. But that's when they both told her that they couldn't be bothered with her anymore. And that's when both my mom and dad said to her that they wouldn't be helping out this time with either the baby or her financial situation. Jackie then went and started to call all the men she'd been playing around with before, but not a single one of them wanted anything to do with her. So as of right now, Jackie's had to move herself into a really small and cheap apartment, preparing herself for when the baby inevitably comes out. When things come to Cedric after the breakup, he went back to his parents' house. But after having already heard about what happened that led to him and I breaking up before our marriage, they were furious. So the moment he got onto the front steps of their house, his mother came out the front door with a golf club telling him to not take another step forward before saying he needed to get off their property. A little while after all that took place, Jackie gave birth to her baby. She then went and took the baby with her to where Cedric had been working and told him to look at the cute little thing that the both of them worked so hard to make. Because of this, a lot of his coworkers and higher-ups started to realize what had gone down, and rumors began to grow. Not too long after that, things really began to change for Cedric in the workplace as well. And who knows what'll happen next to him when he can no longer take the rumors and cold shoulders anymore.
Hey, Molly. Are you there? I was just curious if you saw the condo photos that I sent you earlier. The view is from so high up. I was just so excited that I had to show everyone my new view. And it has a huge living room and even a concierge. I knew that getting with a CFO would be a good idea. Having a rich husband is great.
No, actually, I didn't look at the photo, and I don't appreciate all your bragging. So please just leave me alone, all right?
You know, if you don't want to talk to me, you could always just block me. But the fact that you haven't until now means that you secretly want to hear about how amazing my life is.
Yeah, that's really not what's going on here at all. And I haven't blocked you because you're my sister. I only haven't blocked you for that reason and that alone.
You always have the same old lame excuses. Do you know that? If you really loved George, then you'd have blocked me by now. Or do you think that you'll somehow be able to take him back from me? Because I can tell you right now that that's not going to happen. George doesn't have even an ounce of feelings left for you, so there.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I'm just saying that it's clear you can't let him go. Or the fact that I was able to steal him from you. But it's your fault for not keeping your eyes on that rich man of yours. And to think that you two had been dating for 5 years before I was finally able to make him all mine. I knew that you two were even thinking about marriage, but I guess I put an end to all of that right away, didn't I? So why don't you just accept that I've won and just leave us to be in peace already?
You're the one who messaged me in the first place, and I don't want George back at all, thank you very much. Why can't you just accept that I have a lot of complicated feelings about all of this? I mean, you're my sister, but I wish that you would quit rubbing this in my face all the time.
Oh man, you really are just such a crybaby. Do you know that? You think your crocodile tears are going to change anything? If anything, it just makes me think of you as all the more pathetic.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have to be like that to me.
Yeah. You can say whatever you want, but all I hear is a little loser asking for her boyfriend back. It's not cute, though, and you won't be getting George back.
I'm not trying to get pity from you, or get George back. How many times am I going to have to say that? Yes, we were talking about getting married, but we're apart now, and I don't think about it. And besides, he was the one in Get With You, so why would I want to marry a man like that now?
There you go, making up all those lame little excuses again. It really is just sad, you know? But maybe he left you because you're such a crybaby? And for that, I'm going to have you in the very back at mine and George's wedding.
Wait, what? What wedding? What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't you hear? We're going to be getting married this year. He told me that he can't wait any longer and wants to do it right away.
You have got to be kidding me. I was shocked when you two moved in together, but now you're telling me that you're getting married too?
Well, duh. I mean, George is already 30 years old. And I guess that his dad had a long talk with him about taking responsibility. Not to mention, he has a lot to think about with work. So we figured the easiest thing to do would just be to marry each other as soon as possible.
Oh, I see. Well, no, I hadn't heard any of that at all.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be getting an invitation when we have more details figured out. But just remember that you're going to be kept to the very back of the whole affair. I can't wait to see your crying face at the very end of the walkway. Yours is going to be the last that we see before we drive off into the sunset together.
Oh man, don't you have any pride for yourself, Molly? If you really want to get back together with me, You should just talk to me about it directly.
What in the world are you talking about, George?
I mean that I saw you just now in the office. You came to my dad to try and make him get back together with you, right? Have to say that I'm pretty shocked. I didn't realize that you wanted me so badly. I'm a bit of a bad boy, if you hadn't noticed.
Literally, what in the world are you talking about? Have you hit your head or something like that? I don't want anything to do with you ever again, and your dad called me here to talk to him about something else.
And just why would my dad want to talk to my ex-girlfriend, He doesn't associate with bottom feeders like you. He's too busy.
He was suspicious about why we broke up after 5 years just for you to end up with my sister. And he was surprised to hear about you and my sister getting married, so he called me to discuss that.
Oh, yeah, that does sound like him, I guess. He just can't learn how to mind his own business. But who cares who I date? It's my choice. He needs to learn to butt out and let me live my life.
I think it's that your dad is worried about you and wants to make sure that you're making good choices.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the excuse he gave you for his actions. But it's so obvious that you came to the office today to try and beg for me to get back together with you. Your obsession with me is really just getting sad at this point, Molly.
I think the only person who thinks anyone is sad here is your dad about you. In fact, he apologized for your actions to me today. He apologized for what you did, and then he gave me a rather thick envelope.
Oh, I get what's going on now. You were blackmailing my dad about what I did so that you could get a big payout. Is that it?
You have got to be kidding me. Do you really think that's what's going on?
You know that we weren't even engaged yet, right? Oh, but I get why you'd be mad about wasting 5 years of your 20s with me. I would want to pay out too if I was a poor little nobody like you. But man, it really is sad when you get caught red-handed taking money like that, isn't it?
You really have no idea about anything that happened between your dad and I. But yes, if you really must know, he did give me some money.
There you go. I called it. I guess at least there was a silver lining to getting dumped by me after all. Hope you think of me when you spend that money.
Again, you have no idea at all what you're talking about, and the only person I feel any gratitude towards is your father. I know that you and my sister are getting married, but I wouldn't do anything more to upset your dad. He really is getting on his last straw with you.
Ah, well, thank you so much for your concern, but I think I'm going to keep on living my life however I want. Especially if that means avoiding marrying an old hag.
Hey there, sis. Did you get the invitation to my wedding? I bet that you were pretty surprised, weren't you? Did you look at where we were going to be having it? It's a pretty amazing place.
Oh, yes. I saw the venue. It sounds like a pretty amazing place. Even the invitation was all shiny. And haven't a bunch of celebrities gotten married there too? This must be costing a lot, no?
Well, that's what happens when you marry a CFO! Did you really think we were going to have some tiny wedding? And the catering is being done by one of the best places in the city, too. We've even got a Michelin chef to create the menu for us.
Wow. So much money, all to spend it all on just one day of celebration.
Well, this day is going to be one of the most important in my entire life. I'm going to be the star of the show, and everyone is going to see how bright I'll shine. Ooh, maybe some celebrities will even show up to help me celebrate it. Just thinking about it makes me so excited.
I get being happy about your wedding, but do you have any idea how much it's going to cost? I mean, I know that George is rich, but even he doesn't have limitless wealth. And you've basically been nothing but a mooch ever since you graduated.
I have not been a mooch or anything like that. At all. I've made my own money off of modeling, thank you very much. I'm a model with an agency and everything. Sure, I have a part-time job that I have at my office and everything, but I'm a model. Don't get me wrong.
It sounds to me like you have a really booming career there. But are you really saying that a part-time model and her unemployed fiancé are going to be able to afford something like this? I hope you two weren't planning on trying to pay for the whole thing through your wedding gifts.
Who is unemployed here? Besides, there's really nothing to worry about at all. I mean, George's dad is going to be paying for it all anyways, so we're not going to be paying for anything.
Hold on a second. You mean that George's dad really said that he's going to pay for it?
Oh, come on! Surely you can't be surprised about that, right? I mean, of course he was going to. George is the CFO of his company. Of course his dad is going to pay for the wedding. Not just the venue. He's going to pay for the catering and staff and everything. We won't have to spend a single dime.
But what I want to know is, if George's dad really actually promised that he would pay for your wedding, I mean, did he actually say those things? Because as far as I know, his dad really didn't seem to approve of his son sneaking around one bit.
Oh, George told me all about how you were called into his father's office and how you probably tried to rat us out for your own benefit. But even then, there was no scolding that came or anything. Don't you get it? This just proves that I've won. I'm in and you're out, and that's that. He clearly approves of our wedding, and it's obvious that he's going to support us.
Okay, I mean, I wasn't going to throw a fit about it or anything like that. I was just curious about what he said is all.
And just why in the world do you even care now that this doesn't even involve you, huh? Did you really think his dad wouldn't support his own son? I mean, you know that George is going to take over the company once his dad steps down, don't you? There's no way that he wouldn't pay for a wedding with so much on the line.
Well, that's interesting that you say that because I'm actually not so sure he is going to be taking over.
You really have no idea what you're talking about. You're just jealous because we're going to have the amazing wedding that you never could. But don't worry, it's not like we're not going to invite you. In fact, the both of us really hope that you show up. We want to rub your face in our success.
Well, I'm your sister, so of course I was going to be at the wedding. But you said you were going to sit me in the back. So I'm still wondering if you even have a seat actually saved for me at this point.
Oh, come on. That doesn't mean you're going to miss the wedding, though, right? You have to be there to sit in the back and look all sad for us. And you have to make sure to bring us a big wedding gift. We won't be accepting anything less than about 10 grand.
Hold on a second. You're not really asking your guest to be giving you $10,000 as a gift, are you?
Oh, come on. This is going to be the wedding of a lifetime. Did you really think the ticket to get in was going to be cheap? Besides, don't you want to come and see your one and only little sister getting married? This is never going to happen again. Surely money's no object for you to be there for me, right?
What in the world are you talking about? How can you seriously be asking for that? That's just absurd.
But you're missing some of the perks that you get of sitting in the front row. That means that when you walk through the door, you've already found your seat. Honestly, in a lot of ways, you're getting the VIP treatment. Don't you see that?
I have no idea who in their right mind would pay $10,000 for entrance into any kind of wedding. But I'm certainly not going to be shelling out that sort of cash to go see some failed model get hitched.
Excuse me. What did you just say? What's the matter with you? Fine then. Since you and I are sisters, you'll only have to bring $1,000. How does that sound? Now that I've given you such a huge discount, you have to show up at the wedding, right?
You really are just completely out of line right now. And just why should I have to show up there anyways?
Oh, come on. You're not actually going to miss this, right? One of the whole reasons I want to get married is just that I can see the disappointment on your face. Surely $1,000 shouldn't be too much for you, right? After all the strings that I'm pulling and the role that I'm giving you?
Let's get something straight here. You do know that George has been disinherited, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
I mean that's why I've been wondering if you're really going to be able to pull off having such a huge wedding. That's why I said it'll be a wedding for a wannabe model and her unemployed husband. And I really don't know about bringing $1,000 just for that.
Wait a second. I don't understand. What is this? What are you talking about? What do you mean he's been disinherited?
So I guess you still haven't heard the news then, right? But I think you should go and ask George or his dad as soon as you can. And you should also go and find out just who is going to be paying for that wedding. You might just be able to save yourself. Or your wedding if you try and act fast.
What the heck is going on here? Why in the world did you tell Tina that I had been disinherited? What's the matter with you? That things were going so well, and I finally thought that we were going to have some smooth sailing, and then you have to come along and blow everything up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin your plan to defraud my sister through her marriage to you? It's not my fault that your dad chose to do what he did. Besides, I know that it's not just that. He's cutting you off everywhere. I know that he took your fancy black card, and I bet that isn't going to be giving you a dime for your wedding. But I still just wonder what you've been telling Tina in the midst of all of this. And just how did you think it was going to be smooth sailing? I mean, what did you think was going to happen once you two are married and she finds out that you're out of a job?
Shut up. I don't need you critiquing my plan. It was all going to work in the end, okay? Or at least everything was going to be just fine until you had to go and ruin it. Look, I thought I had done such a good job of hiding from Tina that my dad had cut me off, and when she found out, she flew into a huge panic.
Oh, yes. I bet that she would have. And I don't blame her one bit for it. It really is ironic, though. She was getting married to you and thought that she'd be set for the rest of her life. You two even wanted to invite me so that you could try and rub my face in it. But now the only people who are going to end up regretting everything are you two.
What's the matter with you? How dare you talk as if you're not a part of this? You did this. This is all your fault and you have to pay for this. Look, I have no idea what you told my dad or what he told you, but I just know that you had a part in all of this.
Wow. Well, here's a side I didn't think I would see of you. You're so desperate now. But I'm sure that you already know all of what I told your dad. I already told you exactly what I did, of course. But you had quite a different attitude when I was there at the office. You were so cocky, weren't you?
But, well, I mean, I thought you had come back to my dad's office to beg for him to make me get back together with you. And even if my dad did want to know the truth about how your sister and I got together, you didn't have to tell him the part about where I was cheating on you. But don't you realise the problems that you've made for us? I was so shocked when the day after I saw you at the office, my dad called me into his and told me the horrible news.
There you go, like a child crying because you didn't get a toy that you wanted. You thought you knew exactly what was going on, but you don't know anything.
Shut up. You don't know anything. I'm not crying. This isn't how things were supposed to go. I'd never seen my dad so mad at me before. Look, he's always given me whatever I want, and now I'm going to get nothing for the rest of my life. This can't be happening to me.
I can't believe that you've gotten this far in life and you still act like such a petulant, spoiled child. It really is just pathetic.
What did you say? You can't talk to me like that. It's not fair.
Of course your dad spoiled you. You were his one and only son. I mean, I know all about how your mom died when you were young. So obviously your dad was putting all his hopes into you. I'm not shocked at all that he is upset with you.
You don't know anything about me or my dad, so don't pretend like you do.
You know, when your dad called me into the office to talk about you and my sister, he was so crushed. He just had no idea how he could have ended up raising such a scummy son. He even said that. I could hear his voice choking up and how disappointed he was in you.
No, that can't be right. Please tell me this isn't true. This can't be happening to me.
Well, I think you have more pressing things to worry about now. Like, how are you going to afford this huge extravagant wedding that Tina kept going on and on about? Why don't you quit crying like a baby to me and get the rest of your life in order, huh? After that, Tina messaged me crying about how overnight their wedding budget had been literally decimated. She realized that she was never going to get the huge wedding she'd been bragging about. But Tina was freaking out about the wedding and wondering about how she was going to get out of her relationship with George before it was too late. She missed her chance to act. George had already sent the wedding certificate to be filed away, and wedding or no, the two were legally husband and wife now. The two of them ended up moving into a cramped little apartment and had to take the first job that they could find. George begged his father for money over and over, but it was no use. He even burst into his father's building to beg for help, but George's dad later told me was carried out by security promptly. Ever since then, Tina has been too busy handling her own crazy life with her own terrible husband to bother me anymore. As I mentioned above, George's father and I still keep in touch. I had heard from some of the staff about how angry he had gotten at his son, but to me he had never been anything but kind and courteous. As for me, I was more or less able to rid myself of Tina and George and simply went on with my life. I was glad to have dodged that bullet and was satisfied that I had put an end to Tina's wedding plans before she would have ended up with the bill for such a huge affair. Whether she'll ever see it that way is another issue. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey sis! I just wanted to say congratulations! I heard from Dad that you got engaged.
Thanks, Abby.
I mean, who would have thought that you were ever getting engaged? Wow, I guess there are really people in this world with odd preferences. Who on earth would actively choose an ugly person as their wife? Haha, very funny. Are you sure this isn't some type of fraud? We both know that no one in their right mind would try to date a nerd like you, who doesn't even do her nails. Neither did I think you had any interest in men. You seem like the type to be reading instead of going on dates. You went out of your way and messaged me just to say that? Is it so much to ask for a sincere congratulations from you? You're getting congratulated plenty enough by Dad and the rest of our family. Someone needs to show you your place. Ever since we were little, you were the smart one. You went to a good college, and you got to work at a great company. And now you get to have a happy marriage? You're the daughter of our parents' dreams. Really? I hope you're enjoying kissing their feet like this.
Really, Abby?
Can you really imagine how it's like to be the younger sister of such a prodigy? Mom and Dad are probably gonna start comparing me to you again. And they'll start asking me when I'm gonna get married. I'm tired of hearing the line, "Just learn from your sister." Why do you keep torturing me like this? Just seeing you carry your life with such ease makes me want to puke.
Mom and Dad are just worried about you, and that's why they say all of those things. You know, that they just want the best for you. And if you don't want them saying those things for you, then I suggest that you try and getting an actual job for once.
What did you just say to me?
I heard about everything from Dad. You got fired from your part-time job in 3 days again, right? You've been doing this over and over again, ever since you graduated from high school. Why wouldn't Mom and Dad be worried for you?
Shut up! I only got fired because my hard-headed boss wouldn't let it slide when I was 3 hours late. He's the one who needs to learn how to forgive people. But guess what? Mom and Dad just get angry at me for it. You'd never understand how I feel. Always getting praised for every single step you take.
Abby,
don't expect everything to keep going your way, because I know for a fact that things between you and me are going to even out. I'll make sure that they do.
Hey, Jess. Do you have a minute? I have something really important that I need to tell you.
Hey, honey, what's up?
I'm sorry about this being so sudden, but I need you to break up with me. I can't get married to you. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you can't get married with me? Is this a prank or something? What have I ever done to make you regret proposing to me?
Nothing. You're an absolutely amazing person, Jess. And I'm grateful for all the time that I got to spend together with you. But I found someone that I just know is the person for me.
Who?
I don't want you to freak out, but it's actually Abby. I decided that I want to spend the rest of my life with her. And if you care for me, then you'd want the best for me, right?
What? Abby? Like my sister? What? You just met someone else with the same name, right?
No, I'm talking about your younger sister. We started dating last week.
You were cheating on me?
Well, yeah. I've always thought of her as your cute little sister, but I started to see her as another type of cute, and my feelings started to shift towards her. That's when she hit me up and we started talking through text. She seemed really enthusiastic with getting to know me, and one thing led to another, and I couldn't keep lying to myself. I'm sorry.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. You cheated on me while you were still engaged with me. And of all people, with my little sister? And now you want to cancel our engagement and to get married with her? Are you insane?
I ask that to myself every night, but I can't control my feelings. And my feelings are telling me that I love Abby more than I love you. Do you really want to get married with someone like that? Ever since I started developing feelings for Abby, I can't stand being in the same room with you. I feel like I'm about to suffocate. I think that us splitting and you finding a new partner while I marry the person I love is the best choice for all of us. To be completely honest with you, I've been having my doubts about this marriage for a while. I like you, and I think that you're an earnest, respectable woman, but you just gotta raise again, right? I don't know. I just feel like I'm less valuable when I'm with you. It just isn't as enjoyable as being with someone who I can feel like I'm protecting.
What does me getting a raise have anything to do with your value as a person? You are the one who's been cheering me for the past few years. And my hard work pays off and I get raises. And you suddenly feel less valuable? You should have just told me if you felt that way.
I have my pride. I can't just tell you how I feel. We just didn't click in that sense. Abby is the type who can't do anything by herself. And I feel like I'm the type of person to thrive more when supporting someone like that.
I don't get it. It just seems to me that all you're thinking about is yourself. You support me whenever you feel like it, but you get hurt for no reason after my hard work pays off. And now you cheat on me because you felt like it? I can't believe you. Whatever. Let's split then. I wouldn't want to marry a man who gets hurt and starts cheating because his wife got a raise anyways.
Alright. I guess you're gonna be my sister-in-law from now on then.
Huh? Wait, you still think you can marry my sister?
What? Why not? Nothing's changed from when I was about to marry you.
You're the man who's trying to switch from me to my sister right before the wedding. Do you really think my parents are going to accept you as their son-in-law?
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that their precious daughter is getting married, right? Besides, they've been eager to see either one of you get married, so I'm sure they'll understand the circumstances and allow this to happen.
We'll see about that.
I hope we can put this in the past and support each other as siblings-in-law. This really is a dream come true, being able to marry into a wealthy household like yours with the wife of my dreams. If anything happens, I'm counting on you, sis.
What do you mean by wealthy? My parents are both office workers at ordinary companies.
That's the biggest understatement I heard all year. Have you seen the house they live in? A pair of office workers wouldn't be able to afford that kind of house. I was shook when I first saw it when I came over to say hi to your parents. I expected to see a house and you took me to a castle. Why didn't you ever tell me that you were so rich?
I think there's a misunderstanding here. That house.
Oh yeah, Me and Abby are thinking of living in that castle after we get married.
What?
I mean, you see it once in a while, right? Where the married couple moves back in, lives together with their parents. We're thinking of doing that. So when that happens, we're gonna have to ask you to find your own place. I really don't think Abby would like me to be living under the same roof as my ex-girlfriend, you know?
I'm done listening to your stupid favors, Dan. Why do I need to move out so that you two can move in? That makes no sense.
Really, Jess? Two of the people who you care about the most are wanting to move in. Do you really have a choice? Besides, I'm gonna be the only male in this generation for the Stevens family. As the leader of the family, you're gonna need me at the headquarters, you know?
This is so stupid.
Say what you want, but that's just how it's gonna have to be. Abby and I will take good care of the house and your parents, so don't worry. This is the best way for our whole family to thrive.
I built that house, Dan.
What?
You think you're going to be the leader of the house when you get married with Abby? Well, if you're going to want to be the leader of that house, then I'm gonna need you to buy it off of me. Then you'll truly be the leader of that house.
I'm not really getting what you're saying. What do you mean you built that house?
I mean, it's just the way it sounds. I built that house with the money I earned myself.
What?
I did think that it was odd that you decided to make such a risky choice. Cheating on me and trying to marry my own sister? But I get it now. You thought that you would get everything that our family had to offer. Wow. Just wow. All of the love that I built up for you over these years just flushed out like nothing. Thank God you cheated on me. I was about to make the worst mistake of my life, marrying you.
It still does not make any sense, no matter how much I think about it. You built that house with your money. It would take centuries to save up enough to build a house like that. You're lying to try and keep me and Abby from moving in, aren't you?
You really think I'm lying?
Yeah. We're not talking about some big house in the neighborhood. That was a mansion. It would take a few $1 million at the least to build that kind of house. No matter how many raises you're getting, it doesn't add up. You're really trying to tell me that you've been a millionaire all this time?
Yes, I am. I own a patent.
A patent?
Yes, one that I earned during the summer break of 7th grade. I was listing ideas about the kinds of stationery goods that I thought would be a good concept in my notebook. And my parents said that it might be a good idea to get a patent for them. So that's what I did.
Are patents something you can just get when you feel like it?
I mean, it was a lot of work. But my parents were weirdly committed at the time. So we got through. And a stationery goods maker saw my designs and offered me a contract. Lo and behold, now I'm making a very good amount of money off of that contract.
What?
Right now, I have income from both my day job and a contract that I made with my client. So I was able to save up millions. After a while, I decided to build a mansion for myself and my parents. And here I am. This is all thanks to my parents who let me pursue my random passion and took it serious enough to get a patent for me. So I wanted to give back to them, like any normal person would.
Wait. So that huge house is actually owned by you?
Yes.
So even if I marry into your family and become the man of the house, I'll still never own the house?
Exactly. Not that I'm ever going to allow you to move into my house anyways.
Why not?
Why would I? Did you really expect me to let you stay in my own house after everything you've done to me?
You gotta be kidding me. But all of the choices that I made were made given that I'd be able to live in that house. It was the biggest integer in my equation to a dream life.
And why should I care? If you want to live in my house, then I'm gonna need you to pay some rent, or you can buy the whole thing off of me with one-time payment.
I need to pay you rent or buy the whole house off you.
The rent will be $5,000 a month. If you're thinking of buying, then it'll cost you about $5 million.
What? How would I be able to pay an amount like that?
But if you can't pay for it, then don't ask for it.
But
a small apartment suits the two of you better anyways. You won't be setting a single foot in my house ever again.
But my dream house, my mansion.
It's my mansion, Dan. Whatever. I hope you have a happy life together with Abby. Goodbye. Jess! It's an emergency. I just got called out by Mom and Dad. They said that they weren't going to let me live in their house if I'm going to get married with Dan. They just dumped all of my belongings out onto the lawn and told me that they're not my parents anymore. It's fine, Abby. Even if you lost your parents, you gain a great husband who's going to take care of you for the rest of your life, right? If your family throws you away, then just make a new family. Ugh! You're not helping! All I did was pursue my own feelings. And that's all he did too. But Mom and Dad side with you. As always, just because you're a little bit smarter than me. Why does everyone side with you instead of me? This isn't fair. This is completely fair, Abby. All I did was work hard and try to make subtle but consistent progress since I was little. And everyone knows that I earned everything that I have right now. That's why they side with me. I'm not like you, who never worked hard for anything and kept putting off your responsibilities. We each had a fair chance at life, and I made the most of it. You dove for expedient pleasure every time it was offered, and this is where it got you. When did I ever not work hard? For starters, you never did your homework or studied simply because you didn't want to. Whenever our parents try to find your passion for you, like that soccer club or the spelling bee, you just whine about not wanting to be there and slack off. They tried to get you to learn how to play the piano, but you threw a tantrum and ripped up the music sheets and ran off. Anytime our parents would try to help you get back on your track, you would just run away from the opportunity. That's what sets us apart. I never ran away from an opportunity, no matter how intimidating it is. What was I supposed to do? I don't want to do what I don't want to do. You only get to use that as an excuse up until 3rd grade, Abby. But you never grew up. You never got a proper job because you were afraid of the commitment. And even for part-time jobs that don't require much commitment, you still have never kept the same job for more than a week. I'm surprised that Mom and Dad even kept dealing with your bullshit up until this point. That's just how large their hearts are. But you still manage to fail them. Take initiative, Abby. Take initiative for once in your life. Ugh, stop telling me everything I already know. You'd never understand how someone who can't carry out life with ease like you can. Don't tell me that you can't when you've never tried for a single time in your life. And you know what? You'd never understand how I have to feel either. How it feels to have your fiancé taken away from your own little sister. Do you think you have it difficult compared to me? Do you? You know what? Maybe I should sue you too. It doesn't matter whether you're my sister or you're my family or whatever. You need to take responsibility for harming me like this. Hold on. Please, just take a deep breath. You're really going to sue your own sister for money? Even though we're family? How could you do that to me? How could you ruin my marriage? You know what? I have some dignity, unlike you. Get away from me. Somewhere far away. If you do that, then I won't sue you. Really? So I won't have to pay you any money? But you need to do it right now. Leave this down. Right now. I'll be right on it. You'll never have to see my face ever again.
Sorry about everything that's happened lately, Jess. I really do regret every single part of it from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, really? You regret doing all of this?
Yeah. I can't believe that I even had the thought of leaving you to marry your little sister. I was crazy. But I'm glad to be able to tell you that it was all a misunderstanding.
What?
I never even imagined that you were the one who built that mansion on your own. I mean, your parents seem very kind and hardworking, so I completely thought that they owned the house. I mean, they even have a daughter like your younger sister, but they still live in a house like that, so it's only natural to think that they have the financial freedom to choose to keep raising her at this age, you know? I was practically set up to believe in all of that.
I was the one who continued to raise my sister, Dan. And I paid a full fee for this house, including her portion.
I'm so sorry. All of these misunderstandings blinded me from the right choice, and they forced me to do what I did. And I even went as far as to cheat on you with your own sister. But I'm very proud to tell you that I already broke up with her. So please, give me a second chance.
What? You broke up with her? I thought she was the love of your life. What a waste.
I gave some deep thought to it, and it turned out that she wasn't the love of my life at all.
What?
I was jealous of the way you were so successful, and I wanted to feel the feeling of someone needing me unconditionally. But deep down, it was always you that I loved.
I've never heard such an unromantic confession of love, and I've never felt my heart beat so slowly than before.
Please don't say that. What do you say? Would you like to start over with me? I promise that I'll make you the happiest girl in the world. No matter how many raises you get, and no matter how successful you become. I'll never do such a thing, or feel that way. I'll cheer you on. So please, give me one last chance. Will you please marry me?
Why would I marry an idiot like you? And I'll be suing you.
What?
I promised Abby that I wouldn't sue her as long as I never see her face again. But you're a different case. I expect to never see you again. And on top of that, I'll have you pay for all the things in my life that you've taken away.
You gotta be kidding. Can you at least give me a promise to keep in exchange for not being sued too?
Alright, then I won't sue you if you're able to buy my mansion from me.
Buy your mansion?
Yes. You can't? Alright. I guess you broke our promise then. I'll be contacting you through my lawyer in a few days. If you truly regret everything you've done, then I expect you to make the full payment.
Please, hold on, Jess. Look, can we just meet in person, talk things out? I'm sure you'll feel differently once you see my face in person.
I have no choice but to punch your face once I see it in person, so I think I'm good. Goodbye. After suing Dan in court, I was able to receive a decent amount of money for compensation fees. On top of that, we officially resolved our engagement. Since Abby promised to never show her face to me again, I have never even heard of her, and no one knows what she's doing or where she is right now. Apparently my parents know all about where she is and what she does, but they seem utterly and completely done with Abby. So it seems that they have no intention in seeing her ever again, regardless of this knowledge. My ex, Dan, had spent all of his savings to pay the court fees, so he tried to move back in with his parents, but they rejected him after hearing what he'd done to me. And I heard that none of his relatives are speaking to him ever again. Even his friends would mock him for wasting such a good opportunity, and now he lives in a small apartment, going back and forth from work and on there. I, on the other hand, have been working hard every day after all of this, because I believe that the people who work hard should be able to make the most out of life. And I have no intention in letting my crappy ex get in the way of achieving that.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
I cannot believe this. Making a brand new house for all of us to live in without talking to me? If you go through with finishing that place, we are most definitely not going to move in with you.
Huh?
You really are an airheaded mother-in-law. No matter how many times your daughter-in-law tells you she won't live with you guys, you still manage to go ahead and make a house for everyone. If having that house ready for all of us to move in is your battle plan, then it's not going to make me be defeated.
Maddie, I'm a little concerned by what you might be confused by. This larger house wasn't built with you guys in mind, you know.
Huh?
We've decided to live together with my second oldest son and his wife. And so that's why he had our house remade into a much larger and spacious home. It wasn't that our previous house couldn't be lived in by all of us, but we all decided that we want a house large enough for us to all have a bit of privacy. And so we did our best to build a brand new and amazing house.
What? So you plan to just overlook your oldest son and his wife and live together with your second oldest instead?
Overlook you guys? I'm pretty sure that you did say that you never wanted to live together with us, right? So I don't understand why you are complaining even more over this choice.
I understand that, but
And to be honest, I don't really want to have you living together with us either. And now that you guys don't have to live here, you both can relax a little knowing you won't have to care for us.
excuse me?
I'm sorry, but you never seemed to really like me. And during the holidays, you and my son never came home to celebrate with us. Yet you both had the courage to ask us to give your kid $1,000 in money for Christmas. I really am sorry, but I cannot see myself ever wanting to live with either of you.
Well, I'm sorry for you, Beth, that you think your oldest son and his wife have to come back to your place for the holidays every year, because we sure don't have to. But you must understand that we have a daughter now who is your grandchild. And as the grandparents, it's your guys' job to spoil her and make her as happy as she can be.
And that's the whole reason we come over there frequently to play with her. We never get to see you guys when the rest of the family is here, so we make up for that by coming your guys' way. But you only ever give us about 10 minutes within your house before you both kick us out. So how are we supposed to make her happy if you never let us near her for long enough? Your father-in-law and I are at our limits with the way you two have acted and treated us.
Huh? Why are you starting to get all mouthy towards me? This is one of the reasons why I hate you as my mother-in-law. Ugh, I feel so bad for your second oldest's wife, Margaret. The fact that she has to start living with a woman that will bully her every day.
Say whatever pleases you, Maddie. But just be aware that us building this new house is not for you two, so you can both calm down now. Now goodbye.
Beth, if I begin to live with you, does that mean you are going to start picking on me and making me feel bad? Are you really planning on doing to me what you've done to Maddie?
Huh? I would never do something like that to you, Margaret. And what do you mean I've been picking on Maddie?
Well, she just spoke to me a little bit ago. And that's when she sent me a huge 5-gigabyte file over the phone. And she told me in that file I'd find all I need to believe that you have been bullying her. She then told me to read and look at it all and then rethink coming to live with you guys.
A 5-gigabyte file, huh? She really ended up using that much of her data for no reason then?
I took a quick look at all of it, but I don't really think what all she's saying is true. But yet again, there are things in there that do concern me a bit, so I have to ask. Do you plan on picking on me the way you do with her?
I'm telling you that I have no reason to do that to you. Why would I ever want to pick on you or do anything mean when we finally come this close to living together?
That's what I thought. And when I think of you, all I can think of are really good things. And is it true that Maddie really is that strange of a woman, then? I just wonder because it seems she really has it out for you. Did something happen in the past to make her that upset?
When it comes to that, it's really nothing. I think that she just has a fight to pick with me for just being her mother-in-law.
Huh? So for no reason, she just hates you?
Well, you've heard on the news and such before that things like this happen all the time between mothers and their daughters-in-law. And I think in her mind she believes that I'll be the same way to her, hence why she's so aggressive towards me. She thinks that all mother-in-laws are out to get her. But I suppose she is the wife to my oldest son. He probably allows all this to happen without ever stopping her from thinking such things.
Wow. And so you think that's the only reason she's that upset with you all the time?
Well, when I asked my son about it, he told me that a lot of her friends have had bad experiences with their mother-in-laws. And so I'm pretty sure that because of their experiences, she expects the same thing from me. I really do want to become close family with her, but no matter what I try and do, she never wants to see me as a friend. At first, she was nice to me and me to her, but then soon after, she began accusing me of bullying her.
Wow. That's all a total waste of being a happy family. I think that you're one of the kindest mother-in-laws a woman could ask for. I guess she really just wants to cause problems, though, huh?
Saying that I'm nice. After having to talk to Maddie, that makes me feel so happy inside. But you don't have to be so kind to me.
But I'm not trying to just make you happy. I was even a bit worried about what it'd be like having in-laws, but because of how kind you've been to me, I don't feel any anxiety when I'm around you at all.
Well, I'll do my best to continue making you feel comfortable in our family. I'm sure that when we start living together, there will be a little stress between us and all.
Well, that's what happens, right? But I ask that you don't worry about us too much while we're there and that you just relax. We'll all work really hard together to make living with one another as fun as possible. That house looks even more beautiful than I was imagining. All of the yard and everything is looking perfect as well. Could that all be because you have Margaret around to help? If she's the kind of girl that loves making the house look beautiful, her and I could become even closer to one another.
Maddie? You're complimenting our yard and house? Does that mean you've come over to see the new house?
I have, and I came all the way here on an airplane. I heard from Trevor that you guys had completed the house just yesterday.
And that's nice and all of you to come from so far to see us, but we haven't even begun to move into there just yet. And just coming over without mentioning anything to us is a bit rude. That place isn't the house we used to all live in, as it's now become the home of my second oldest and us.
No, actually, starting today, we plan to live here as well. And that shouldn't be a problem for you at all, right, Beth?
Excuse me? Does that mean that after all this time you finally want to live with us?
Seriously? This has nothing to do with me wanting to live together with some jerk of a mother-in-law. Starting today, the oldest brother and his wife will live together with his younger brother and wife. Both you and your husband can go ahead and rent a small apartment nearby.
Huh? And why exactly do my husband and I have to be the ones to leave the new house? We built that place specifically for us and my second oldest. What is wrong with you coming here unannounced and telling us to get out of there? I do not like that you're acting this sporadic.
I'm not being sporadic in any way, Beth. I'm just doing exactly as I want. Actually, don't you think my plan is pretty dang smart of me? The older and younger brothers living together under one roof with their wives. Doing it that way would mean that we can all support one another and bundle our earnings together.
What?
I made sure a while back to advise Margaret to rethink living together with her in-laws. But I'm not sure if she understood what I meant and said that she was totally fine living with you. She never wanted to live together with you guys, yet kept it a secret and tried her best to fake the want to.
And that's probably just what you want to believe? Her and I have talked about this at least a dozen times, and each time she's been so happy over the idea of living together.
Well, unfortunately for you, she was just trying to be nice to you since you're her mother-in-law. But she knows well enough that living with us both instead of you guys is far more stress-free and fun. Unlike an old bag, her and I are closer in age, so we won't have to worry about differences in the way we think. And I know that she will be much happier to live like that instead of having to worry about you.
But you still don't know that, right? Now, I've had enough talking, so hurry up and get out of that house. I'm telling you right now that I'm almost past my limit here.
Stop all of that, Beth. Don't be so upset that you'll no longer have a daughter-in-law to bully anymore.
Huh?
That's right. I was going to let you know about this sooner or later, but I still expect you to be the one to pay off the loan on the house for us. Understand that neither us or your second oldest and his wife will pay a dime for the place.
Excuse me? Not only are you saying that you'll steal that house, but you want me to pay for it all on my own?
But we're being kind by just letting you and your husband live nearby to your sons and their wives, right? And so, a way of saying thanks. You should pay that loan off for us. Now, if anything were to happen to either one of you, you can run over to us to take care of you.
Then let me ask this. If I were to be in trouble, would you guys actually try and help me? My husband and I have gotten a lot older, and so our legs are not as great as they used to be. We already have to go to the hospital at least once a month for checkups and such. Does this mean that you'd be willing to at least stop by once a month to take us in?
Huh? Why the hell would I ever do such meaningless crap? If
If you have such bothersome crap like that, then you're better off asking Margaret to take care of you. And if she says no to you, ask your second oldest. And if he says no, ask your oldest. And if we are all saying no, ask someone that lives close by to you. And if all of them say no to you, then maybe, just maybe, I'll be willing to come help you out.
So in other words, you won't do jack for us. Why do you keep beating around the bush so much about the truth, Maddie? I don't have any more patience with you, so hurry up and leave our house. I'm not going to give that house we worked so hard on to the both of you.
Why say all those awful things when I've already said that we're living here and that's final? If you think that you can continue to get away with picking on me, then I might just happen to divorce your son. Is that what you want from me?
Huh? You want to divorce him now?
With how far out in the countryside we live right now, me leaving him over this would be an embarrassment to your whole family. Especially after we already agreed that we'd be the ones living here with your second oldest and his wife. But after trying to be so nice about this, you've really hurt me with your words. I might just leave him now. Then that would mean you never even get to meet your granddaughter ever again.
So you think that's the best way to threaten us right now?
You're going to give this house to me and your oldest now, right? If you don't, I'll be divorcing your oh-so-important oldest son.
Right now, we're going to hand in the divorce forms.
Huh?
Thank goodness I was able to talk with Trevor so quickly. While I was talking with you on here, I decided to contact him about this. Apparently, he had no clue that you were trying to do such a thing with our house. He said he'd hurry up and handle everything for me now that he's aware you've gone off the deep end. But before that happens, the divorce forms will be handed in.
Huh? Why the hell would you guys hand that stuff in?
Because we have all had enough of your crap, Maddie. Even Trevor told me that he just can't deal with all your shenanigans anymore. He really told me that he never noticed how crazy you've been until now. He told me that he had already been preparing for the divorce as well.
What's so crazy about someone like me? I was the one that came up with that genius idea to take the house from you and live together here with your second oldest and his wife. If anything, I should be regarded as the intelligent one compared to all of you.
Someone that actually happens to be intelligent would never try to steal someone else's house from them. Just know that you have now gone and disrespected everyone in my family.
I have not disrespected anyone, including you. If anything, I've done my best to put up with you picking on me. Yet now you all act like Trevor and I need to be divorced?
I understand that you don't want to be bullied by your mother-in-law. When I married my husband, I had a lot of problems between his mom and I. But in your case, when you say you've tried your best, you've been wasting all your energy on nothing. Maybe it's time you settle down and realize that.
Huh? And how am I wasting my energy on trying to avoid your bullying? I wanted to make sure that I was far away from you so that I wouldn't have to be picked on anymore. And I'll continue to do that now. So expect to only see your grandbaby every couple of years now. I had done so well trying to let you live close to us and all.
Are you seriously saying that you did so well?
I am. If I let myself continue to be harassed by you, then I will have lost. That's why I'm not going to let a divorce happen after all the effort I've put in staying away from you. I'm betting that your second oldest and Margaret would be happy to live with me and Trevor. I was so generous for thinking a plan up to make sure that they didn't have to live with a daughter-in-law abuser. So why can't you just understand what I've put so much of my intelligence into? We're not happy at all about whatever plan you made. And actually, what about you is so amazing and smart? Huh? It's been a long time, Maddie. This would be Margaret. I have been sitting with Beth looking at all your guys' conversation, and things seem to have gotten pretty wild. Margaret? So, you've been with Beth this whole time, huh? Well, this is your chance right now. Tell her right now with all your heart that you've never wanted to live together with her. And let her know how much you've been wanting to live with us instead. I want to live with Beth, though.
Actually, if anything, living with you and Trevor would be absolutely impossible for me.
What?
As a wife to this family myself, I can understand the fears you have. But getting this out of hand over something that's never existed is a huge waste of what could have been a happy family with all of us. Which is crazy because Beth is such a nice person to us all.
What are you talking about, Margaret? Didn't you take a look at that file I sent you? That was supposed to help you understand how awful things would be with Beth. You know dang well that living with us would be a way better time than those two. We would be able to support one another equally, and I'd even be happy to help you when you're in need.
Can you explain to me how you'd help me? Please list off to me all the merits we'd have by living with you.
Huh? I shouldn't have to tell you all of that, right? You should already know. For example, when we both have kids of our own, we can leave them together with one of us as the other has some time to themselves. Also, we'd be able to put all our incomes together to afford even nicer things.
In other words, you guys would be asking us to take care of your kid while you both take time to relax. But I'm sorry to say that would only be a pain in the butt for my husband and I.
Huh?
You have said before to Beth that you both have a nice daughter that you'd want to be raised around the family, but we can tell that you guys do not do a good job raising that kid. When the kid doesn't have their way, they immediately start to get upset and cry. I have been able to meet your kid a few times, but every time we see her, she seems to get worse.
Huh? My little girl has nothing wrong with her. What's wrong with you?
Also, you said that we could all put our incomes together so that we could all afford nicer things, right? But are you actually being serious about that? I don't like it when people tell me they can do things that they obviously cannot do.
What does that mean?
Well, in your case, you're a housewife, right? As for my husband and I, we both work full-time and make a considerable amount of money per year. But in your family, it's only Trevor that works. And I've heard from him before that you guys are already living on a fine line between making it out each month with no debt and having to borrow money.
What was that?
I can expect that Trevor would be willing to work for and help us out in the case we did all live together. But when you don't have a job and barely attend to your own kids' needs, I'm not so sure. I even hear a lot of times from my husband that he asks for advice when dealing with you. I'm sorry, but I just don't see us being able to all fairly put in money to the house when you're not working and Trevor is barely making it by.
You have to be kidding, right?
So, how else could you possibly help us? Actually, it seems that you'd only want to live with us so that you could leech off our money and time. Right now, the two of us don't have kids and we are both working great jobs that we love. You must have just been thinking that by having us around, your life would be a whole lot easier, right? You saw that we would have a whole lot of merits for you, hence you wanting to live with us.
You're wrong, Margaret. Actually, I have been really worried about you. I've never once heard of a wife doing well for themselves after moving in with their in-laws.
I am thankful that you've been so worried about me, but it was all a waste. I have spoken with Beth at least a dozen times about us all living together under one roof. And she was able to give me proof that her and her husband would be able to put in just the same amount as we would into the house. We all saw that there would be more merit to living together, all four of us. And if there was ever any issues, we'd trust one another enough to be able to find a solution. And that's why we all decided to live together. But of course, when you choose to not trust anyone and have nothing to give to anyone, living under one roof with the in-laws would be impossible.
Even after all the work I put in to make sure we could live in that house together? Why are you being so harsh to me?
Listen to yourself.
Huh?
I'm so sorry, Maddie. But you are an absolute piece of stinky trash. Oh, I just remembered that you'll soon be a stranger to all of us. Now, you shouldn't be as surprised by me being harsh to you because you're nothing more than an extremely crazy stranger to this family.
I don't even care anymore. If you want to talk to me like that, then go screw yourself. But if you begin to regret what all you've said to me and not choosing to live with us, don't come crying to me about it. Actually, I hope that Beth does harass the hell out of you for this. to meet. I just talked with Trevor and he really was serious about divorcing me. And what's worse is he's planning on taking my girl from me. Why am I the one that has to end up in trouble?
No matter what you try and say to me, I don't care. And since you're no longer my son's wife, you're just some stranger. Goodbye now, and good luck.
Huh? Well, why are you being so straightforward with this? You're my dang mother-in-law, so hurry up and make up with me and then come help. He told me he's going to make sure he never has to see me again. So you go and tell Trevor that he needs to calm down and come back to me.
My son is very calm right now, and so I think this is him just saying he's over you.
If you go and change his mind right now, I'll make sure the two of us become friends again. I'll even have us all come over to see you during the holidays. So hurry up and do something about this.
You don't have to come see us anymore. I already have my second oldest son and his kind wife living with me, and I can see that from now on we'll be able to enjoy the holidays together every year. And by having you out of her life, I think your daughter will begin to behave a whole lot better. Right now, she may have a bit of a temper, but I'm sure that we still have enough time to raise her right.
Huh? So you're saying everything's fine the way it is right now? You don't see any importance in me as your son's wife?
You're not even his wife anymore, so I'm not sure what you're going on about. Now, goodbye forever. Today we'll be moving more of our stuff into this new house, so we don't have time to talk to you anymore. We were able to move into the new house without any problems, and are now all living together as one happy family. And Margaret is a great woman, just as I expected. And so not to make ourselves be a burden to her, my husband and I have started taking training classes to make sure we stay strong and healthy as long as possible. And with us all caring about one another's needs, things work so perfectly here. And as for Trevor, he ended up renting an apartment nearby to us. And now that he has full rights to his daughter, they both live there together. It seems she's recently become better behaved and now even comes to our house all by herself to play. We've heard that Maddie has been trying her best to meet with her daughter after the divorce, but her daughter keeps telling us she doesn't want to see her. And Trevor is the same way, no longer wanting to meet with Maddie after the divorce.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.